Hello there everyone, AnthWolf here playing some more Final Fantasy XIV, playing as our level 68 Red Mage, Evane Jouberault, and where we last left off we had finally assisted the Doman Liberation Front in reclaiming Doma from the Imperials, from the Gallian Empire. We are now back in Hingashi, in Kugane, and we are about to return to Eorzea to help the Alamegan resistance reclaim Alamigo, of course. Had a couple of days off, a couple of evenings off, just due to work and due to my rather unfortunate sleeping pattern. Haven't been getting a lot of rest over the past week or so. Should be taking better care of myself, but what can you do? But yeah, we are now going to head back and continue some more with the main storyline. And see what happens. So, Alphino. A swift and secret departure. Alphino would like to return to the Ruby Bazaar post-haste. So we need to go pick up Tataru, say goodbye to Hancock, and see if we can arrange transportation back to the west. We may as well have a walk back through the marketplace. Take in the sights a little. Plenty of side missions we could pick up here at some point. Okay, so Tataru is willing to stay here and be our woman on the inside here in the Far East to see what may occur.
Ah, there you are. All packed and ready to go?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. Apologies for the wait. The task of tying up loose ends invariably takes longer than one allows. Happily, however, all now seems to be in order.
Then there's nothing left to do but to board the ship. Do try and enjoy the journey, won't you? It may be your last chance to rest for a while.
That would depend on the good captain's choice of route.
As ever, Tataru, I pray you take all due precautions while making your inquiries. Better to avoid the local authorities altogether than risk a repeat of our Ishgardian episode.
And what sordid episode is this, pray tell?
Naught to speak of, I assure you.
You there! Hold that ship!
What are you two doing here? Shouldn't you be in Doma?
Shouldn't you? You left with nary a word. I half wondered if I had done something to offend.
Upon learning that you had departed for Kugane, we immediately resolved to give chase. Our comrades can manage affairs in our absence, and it seemed the least we could do.
You mean you came all this way just to say goodbye?
That too, aye. But there was something else I felt I had to say. You helped us win our freedom, and for that I cannot thank you enough. Accordingly, after we have established an interim government and so forth, I think it only meet that we repay the favor by dispatching our own forces to Eorzea. If you would have us.
We harbored no expectations of such generous aid, and as there is no telling when the Empire might strike back at you, would it not be wiser to concentrate your resources on the defense of Doma?
I had a mind to pursue a more aggressive defense. To which we will send forth shinobi to provinces far and wide to spread word of our victory, that we might inspire others to take up arms as we did. Even the Empire has its limits. If the Garleans cannot be certain where and when the next rebellion will take place, how can they commit another force to Doma? And besides, so long as this debt remains unpaid, how am I to face myself and Eorzea?
As you wish. I will relay your offer to the Eorzean Alliance.
All of Doma is counting on you to finish what we have started. You have it in you, Lyse. To seize the future you want. Never forget.
I won't, Hien. Not your words or anything else. Everything that led us here, that will drive us forward, I'll carry it with me always. And that's a promise.
I will hold you to that. Go with them to Eorzea. Tell their people of our triumph and of our pledge to stand with them.
By your leave, I shall pave the way for our new alliance.
Hurry up, you lot! The ship's about to weigh anchor!
It seems our time is at an end. Go well, my friends. And may we meet again beneath a western sky.
Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
I always knew that woman was unfit for command.
Aye, when you think of all the resources we poured into that hole, and for what?
The beast yet lives. Mayhap it is time I sharpen my claws. I wonder, will you walk into my parlor once more?
Fidolorem Lupus, come at the command of the Lord Viceroy to present the prisoner taken by the Cranie Lupi.
Ooh. Well...
Xenosier Galvus, I presume. It's true what they say. You do have the eyes of a monster. A ravenous, insatiable fiend.
You, give the butcher your weapon.
Yes, my lord.
My lord, this is...
A reward given in recognition of your service. I trust it will prove more capable than its former owner.
I swear, I'll not disappoint you, my lord.
Good. Now, silence that mewling little piglet. I will not hear another sound pass her lips. Until I strip the fat from her.
That's an issue. It seems we made the journey to Vilbrand without any issues, of course. This time, at least. While you were away, home is where the heart is, and Alphanos is in Eorzea. So now we've discovered, of course, Kryla was taken prisoner. Thancred is in Albania, in search of where she may have been taken. Okay, onwards to Gridania, and then onwards from there, really. But let's remind myself. Oh, Thancred is here. Aren't they? So we're here in the fringes. There are 5 exploration Aether currents we have yet to retrieve, and 4 quest Aether currents. One of which may be here from the Serpent Marshal. Indeed. The hidden truth. Serpent Marshal Brookstone is in need of a soldier. He has to speak to Tala here. What is she up to? I see. So Tala's looking into what happened to Alamegans when the Imperials took over and set up Baelsar's Wall. We'll speak to Thancred and Arenvald before long, but let's go down to Bittermill with the Serpent Lieutenant. Oh. Oh dear. So we have another chain quest here. If we want to try and discover what happened to the missing Alamegans. Gonna have to remind myself after this stream or after the following stream later on today. I'm gonna have to look into unlocking the Heaven's Ward and Stormblood hunting logs. Not the hunting logs, but the actual hunts, the marked bills and such. Okay. Discovered a few things there, much like Orenwald here has the Echo. But it's not as powerful, and it's like a subset known as being a walker, allowing him to see memories. Despite this, we can confirm Thancred is definitely going into Imperial occupied Alamegan territory. Nago's here as well. Okay. So we're going to have a meeting between the Alamegan Resistance Cell and Big General Rauban. Plan our activities if we're going to be pushing back against the Empire. Ralgia's Beacon. You, Rauban, and your allies have much to discuss.
Pray, join me in welcoming our Scion allies, but recently returned from their mission to the Far East. We have been most eager to hear a first-hand account of your time there, eventful as we understand it was.
Very well. Allow me.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price. Doma, free after all these years.
Bloody hells. Flooding their own castle for a better chance at victory. We could learn a thing or two from that lad.
Our agents report a flurry of communications between Garlemald and Alamigo in recent days. 'Tis plain they are in the midst of deliberating their response to the Doman uprising.
Good. Every Imperial unit in occupied territory will be on the lookout for civil unrest. The fear of leaving critical locations undefended will make commanders think twice about committing their forces, giving us a chance to seize the initiative.
We have a chance, aye. Mayhap the last one we're ever going to get. While we've done our best to rebuild the resistance, the Imperials have only increased their efforts to root out sympathizers. If we keep on playing for smaller prizes, it's only a matter of time before they crush us again. And that we won't come back from.
A swift advance seems best for all concerned, not least poor Mistress Kryl.
Then let us waste no more time. The campaign for Alamegan liberation begins now. Our first objective will be to capture Castellum Velodyna. Take the bridge, and the whole of the fringes will be ours. From there, we can push east towards the peaks. I name this operation Rhalgr's Beacon. For as Rhalgr once sent his star to guide our ancestors to these lands, so too shall it see us home.
Okay, let us prepare to claim Castellum Velodyna. Ah, we're back here at Rhalgr's Reach. We need to speak to Commander Kemp. The place is looking a lot better than when we left it. Okay. Conrad would like us to try and motivate some of the upcoming fighters. Oh. I thought it was someone else actually with that hairstyle. Is this a youth who we spoke to before about the Ananta battle maid, and he was late for training? Ah, he was one of Wilred's companions who was going to try and summon Ralgeir. Back to Conrad once more. So Commander Kemp is thinking of handing over the reins of the resistance to Lys. As she will have a bit more understanding of the wider aspect of people who may come to join the resistance. Not just those who have lived in Alamigo in occupied territory all their lives, but those who have come from elsewhere in Eorzea. Here's an old Imperial Castellum. I wonder why it was abandoned. Duty calls, commence battle for Ralgia's Beacon. If we were level 70, we would be synced back to level 69, which is not a problem.
It's begun then.
Good. It's the waiting that drives me mad. Standing around, knowing what's to come. I'll never get used to it.
Calm down, Nargo. You're making her nervous.
We've come this far, haven't we? We just need to make it the rest of the way. Right.
Looks like the bastards went for the bait. The bridge is ours for the taking. Now remember, Monargo, I want you to make for the tower as soon as you see an opening and get that flag flying. We'll see to the fighting.
I won't let you down, sir.
Come then. Rolga's star shall burn bright this day.
And here we go.
this!
Clearing up the defensive forces here. I was wondering where Fordola was.
A new friend! I'll cut you to pieces!
Oh shit. Ow, 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 Jesus Christ.
Damn you! No more running! No more hiding! Let's finish this! Look! The flag!
The bridge is ours! Al amigo! Al amigo! Al amigo! Yeah!
Stand your ground! It's not over yet! Damn it!
Let them go, Lise. We've done what we came here to do. That's enough for now.
Velodyna is fallen? Impossible!
We have them on the run! Forward! No mercy!
Regroup! Regroup! We have to regroup! All units, fall back!
Commander, the 4th cohort has been routed. We'll be at the mercy of the enemy's reinforcements if we don't fall back now.
Idiot! We have the stronger force by far. Don't be taken in by their tricks. Or would you rather tell Xenos you lost to this rabble?
No, but if the snakes betray us in the confusion, we'll have no way out. I'm begging you, Commander. Give the order, or we'll all die here.
As common traitors who drank of muddied waters. For all the good it did us. Skulls with me! The day is theirs, and so is this bastard bridge. Someone bring the snake. I suppose. It's our first victory, isn't it? And that has to be worth something.
The fortunes of war. Your work is far from finished, as Conrad well knows. Okay. We've been asked to check behind our newly furnished lines for any Imperial troops that were stuck behind a Castellum. And then the report to Rauban. You could just surrender. Nope, okay. So I'm doing a bit of botany there. Rising fortunes, rising spirits. Conrad would like just as much as you to resume your march east towards the peaks. Okay. So we can now travel beyond the Castellum Velodyna, and we have access to the other regions of the Fringes. Which means we can grab all the other exploration Aether currents. So Conrad was telling us that Monago has went to see her Mikote tribe in a region known as the Peering Stones. Right, so on our way to the Peering Stones, we'll keep our eyes open for any Aether currents. Her and a Lalafell, a suspicious pair. Didn't we meet you earlier? Or did we meet your brothers in the peaks? Hello, Pippin. So was it quite nearby to the northeast? Probably just around this corner, actually. There's one relatively close by to the southeast. I'm guessing it's going to be here. Come on. Can I get up there? Can I get up here? I can. Oh, it's not on here after all. How curious. I expected them to put them on, like, little ledges like that. there's one just a bit further to the east. We'll grab this next one, see where the following one is. To the southeast. Okay. Oh, yes, actually. Is this where I think it is, or is that actually in the Peaks region? Okay, this is not the place I thought it was. Actually, one second, let's keep going a little bit further. Yeah, different place. Guessing there's two more to get. I'm guessing there's actually one up at the Peering Stones itself. You can actually see the Aephorite. What's the quickest way up there? I think it might be easier or quicker to go around to the right, but I'm not too sure. But we might not be able to go up there straight away. Yeah. There should be a cave entrance relatively close by. We have that in the distance, which we'll be looking into, no doubt. Oh, hello.
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Enanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye.
It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Caliana.
The Caliana are another Ananta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Caliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Caliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Caliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Caliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the Resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Ananta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Caliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Caliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Caliana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
The Caliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Caliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Caliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Vera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the Resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
some armor we can't really wear currently. Might as well pick it up and see if we can sell it on the auction house, on the marketplace. So we have a few quests now for the M tribe, if we'd so desire. One of which I think will give us an Aether Current. We need 3 more quests to unlock Flight here. One of which we will get from the main storyline. Bigger eyes than her stomach. Zimzizi is fretting over the tribe's lack of food. Oh yes, this quest. We have a burlap sack, and we're going to be stuffing some, basically triceratopses into them somehow. A boss fight with some bonus experience. Let's have a look. With their invasion, the Gallians brought with them a myriad of beasts of war and burden not native to Albania. Some of these, such as the Karaterinos, have escaped from their masters and now thrive in the highlands where they have no natural predators. Their numbers must be thinned before a disaster strikes. forgot I'd actually taught Choco Cure to Aether, my Chocobo. Makes life a little bit more easier. Oh. Oh, Samurai Companion has taken aggro. Hey, 200,000 experience. Don't mind if I do. So, I think there is an Aether Current. Can I reach it from over here? I think it's there. Oh no, there it is. And then there's one more, isn't there? Yeah. We have the Ananta, the Vera tribe here. We'll probably be coming this way in a moment, but first things first. The last one is probably in the Kaliana's territory. Dinosaur-filled sack. Perhaps it is better not to ask how a 10 tons dinosaur could fit into this burlap sack. The Lure of the Dream. Alphino has heard this story too many times before. Okay, onwards to the Vera's village. Here's another boss fight nearby. Why not? May as well participate. Holy hell. The Vera keep married not only for use in battle, but for their rich, fatty milk. The beasts, however, can be quite temperamental, and it is not rare that a beast maid will lose track of one or two of her herd when grazing them in highland meadows. A good whack or 17 will usually be enough to calm their nerves. Oh. Ooh, okay. We were lucky there. Accidentally stepped out of the fate line. Might have accidentally reset the boss's health. Oh, we did actually reset it, but Aether didn't actually step out of the boss's aggro line. So we've reset all our progress, but our Chocobo did not. Ah, bloody hell, they actually got caught in the AoE. Whew. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Impressed by your handling of a tribe's unruly The Vera's champion Sun Maid seeks to ask you one more boon. To cross blades in mock battle. Oh. We've had that before. The smell of death has drawn forth a forlorn maiden. It happened in the Ruby Sea as well. Last time we just left the maiden alone, but I guess we can see what happens if we defeat her. Doesn't seem like we gained anything from defeating the Forlorn Maiden. But, oh well, no matter. Onwards to the Vera village. Learn more about their deity. Well, we'll certainly try to see if the Kaliana will see reason. Their primal may be understanding like Ramu. Gambison. We'll just take the healing one to see if we can sell it on the market at some point. And we've unlocked some side quests here in Vera. So, there is one that I think unlocks an Aether Current. Let's go see what it's all about. I think our fellow player is doing the same quest in truth. We have Prapti. Unexpected guests. Prapti is concerned someone is encroaching on Vera territory. So Prapti here believes they are Alamegans, but they don't realize they're trespassing on a beast tribe's land. Okay, we'll go speak to them, see what they have to say. Give it a moment. We'll help. Or maybe we won't need to. Give it a moment. Good. What's probable is that they don't realize that the Vera are actually sentient. We are. Hopefully that's the issue resolved. So he is from a village in the peaks. And now that the Garleans are falling back, we're able to search for food outside of their own region. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go speak to one of the Vera to lead us onwards to the Kaliana's land, to speak to maybe this Primal to see if she is benign. So I'm going to take a small real-life break just for a couple of minutes, so I will mute myself and then we'll be on our way. So, I will be right back. So I've got to wait there. So, let us continue. The Lady of Bliss. We're ready to be guided to the Caliana. Now I think there's two ways into the Caliana's territory. One of which we saw earlier down this way, but I think you can go this way as well, round the back. Where is the last Aether Current, the exploration one? Right. Oh well, no matter. Oh, this is the northern side beyond Castellum and Velodyna. If I drop down there, it'd be a pain in the butt to get back here. But I imagine you could just drop down into the river. Let's not do that though. Oh. Actually, I hadn't seen that buff. I guess that's what I got from the Forlorn Maiden. Experience unknown fates has dramatically increased. Interesting. Okay. I hadn't actually paid attention to it. I had seen something pop up, but I hadn't actually moused over. I mean, I don't really participate in a lot of fates, but I'll take it. There's an Aether Current nearby. Ah!
Why does my Anamika slumber still?
Look thee on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
But she hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She's silent and empty.
Only the vessel may be remade, not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alisaie, have you gone mad?
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood!
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you just listen!
Poor, misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens. Abide in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
Emanation is now accessible. Upon witnessing her daughter's death at the hands of Fodola and her skulls, the Kaliana broodmother cried out to the heavens in despair, and a primal answered. Lakshmi, patron deity of the Ananta, came forth from the Aether, and the Imperials were put to flight. Alas, the tale did not end there, for now the Kaliana demanded the Vera come and pay tribute to their goddess. And so it falls to you and your comrades to journey onto the Kalilana stronghold and put an end to Lakshmi's dream. Unfortunately, we're DPS. We'll have to wait. Oh, we might be waiting some time. But it is what it is. Even though we're breaking immersion slightly, let's pop outside and maybe do a couple. I was gonna say maybe do a couple of fates, but until we've unlocked flight, it's a bit awkward. Some people, or at least one person, is fighting a boss fight next to the Puring Stones. The Evil Seed has been active for almost 15 minutes. Oh, and that buff is actually gone as well. That's unfortunate. I mean, we could go pick up a side mission or two while we wait. Decisions. We'll just hang fire, I suppose. Hopefully we'll find a tank or some tanks and healers relatively quickly. Actually, I know what I can do in the background. No, it's not going to be any interesting for any of you, unfortunately. I actually just picked up a game earlier. I'll probably be streaming it later. Let's have a look. Ah, there is. Okay, I'll look at that later. We have one healer, we're waiting for 2 tanks, a healer, and another DPS. DPS won't be a problem. It's just going to be the tanks that we're going to be waiting for. the DPS slots filled. Actually, let's have a look at the party finder. Since we've actually started going into the Stormblood expansion, maybe more things will be active. Obviously, there's still some hidden or locked duties that we haven't discovered ourselves just yet. People are still trying to get skills for their blue mages. This is something we have still yet to do as well. Is that still classified as a limited class? Yeah, limited job. Oh. People are trying to do the Whirl Eater unsynced. I mean, I know you're doing it for the story purposes, but come on, the Whirl Eater's Leviathan's not all that hard. Don't need to do it unsynced. Someone's trying to do the Binding Coils of Bahamut. We don't know what these high-end duties are, but they're probably the level 70 quests, of course. And people are trying to do Eureka, which I've heard about but never really looked into. What else is there? Selling a free company. With a large house in the Goblet for 49 millions. Includes free airships and free submarines. I see. Oh, we're just waiting for 2 tanks now. I say I'm contemplating what classes to play. I'm waiting for the Japanese Fan Festival to see what other class may be announced. I say people are saying Dancer, Geomancer. I am probably going to be end up trying out the Gunbreaker. I might just switch to a tanking class. Even though we've been trying to focus on disciplines of magic in this playthrough. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm thinking of leveling up the Gladiator / Paladin in the background of this playthrough. Just so we have a tanking class and we can gear said tanking class up. Ready for the expansion. See, we'll get gear from the first few quests of Shadowbringers when it comes out, so it's not the end of the world if we're going to be under-geared. But we don't know when or where Gunbreaker will be made available. Like Samurai and Red Mage were made available in Uldar, but rather than starting at level 60, they started at level 50. So we could... Say they turn up in Gridania for whatever reason, the NPCs that start the quest. Or they start off in Kugane for whatever reason. Then, even if they start at level 60, it wouldn't be too hard or too bad for us to get them to level 70, then start the Shadowbringers expansion as that new class. I mean, I'm not going to be ultra competitive in trying to keep up with the front of the pack in terms of getting the story content, because I want to take my time like I'm doing with these playthroughs to get through the to explore the content, the storyline and how it develops, rather than skipping through cutscenes like I was so used to doing in my first ever playthrough of this game just for myself. Plus, even if I do get access to the early release, there's going to be queues for multiple quests. Player queues as well as logging in queues. And it's just going to be crazy as it was last time. We'll see. Plenty of time. I think it's officially due to come out on the 2nd of July, but I think early access is 26th, 27th of June. Ever waiting for the tanks. Yeah, we're definitely going to end up playing as a tank. God damn it. Even though the healing class, whatever it may be, if it is a healing class, depending how the rumours go, healing class would be tempting as well, I know. Depends on how I would justify it to a discipline of magic. Oh, that sounds promising. Oh, actually, I should have maybe spent this time preparing for the mechanics of the boss. God damn it. Emanation normal, or hard I suppose, isn't too bad, especially as a DPS. But Emanation Extreme. Have I actually ever completed Emanation Extreme? I don't think I have. So we have this mechanic called Vril.
Open your heart to me.
Use the etheric residue lingering on your body to temporarily disguise yourself as one of Lakshmi's loyal dreamers. Now you can run into these balls to get more Vril if you need it, as Vril can allow you to take less damage. But Vril also has another mechanic. Which we'll see later. Trust the healers to keep us going. I will throw them a little bit more mana though. My DPS is on a very low end right now.
Your weary souls in my bosom. I shall free you from your hate.
And that's why you have Thrill. Oh, someone just went off the edge. Wow, a lot of people just went off the edge. Holy shit.
Surrender to Bliss. Do not your souls weigh heavy?
I totally forgot. I thought they were knocked off permanently, but thankfully I'm a red mage. I can res people very quickly. Didn't realize that was a stack skill.
Your souls are stained. I shall free you from your hate.
I need more MP. Desperately. So do the healers though. So I'll give them some of mine. Oh Christ. Oh, I accidentally used my thrill there.
Surrender to Bliss. Your souls are stained. Darkness holds no power.
Hey, thank you for the commendation. I think I did about 5, maybe 6 reses just in that one trial. Bloody hell.
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help. So, it looks like the Ananta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope, our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel, don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You, who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Abania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
Meanwhile, once again in the royal palace of Alamigo.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
Fedola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Cranial Lupi, reporting as ordered.
Why do you tremble so? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
Very well. Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
Silence of the Gods. Thanks to you, the Vera need no longer live in fear. And back to the M tribe. I think I mentioned this in my original playthrough as Leonhard as well, where the tempering of individuals by a primal, they've I don't really want to blame them, but at the same time I do, that they've kind of broken their own law in terms of tempering, it seems, at least to me, as we were first introduced to tempering through the primal Ifrit, and how those who are tempered can never again return to what they were, and that even the Eorzeans put their own members of the Immortal Flames to death, rather than leave them under the thrall of a primal. which is why there are various beast tribes, like the Amalja are split in two, the Kobolds are split. But now we have, obviously, the Ananta, and I'm pretty sure in the cutscene where Lakshmi used her power, we shielded our companions with the Blessing of Light, but their leader was, do I dare say, corrupted, tempered. But then after the fight with her deity, her patron, she seemed herself. And obviously they were discussing there, the Vera were hoping that they can hopefully steer their sisters, the Kaliana, to another path. Which makes me think that they weren't tempered. I don't know. Have to see how things may go in Shadowbringers to see if the tempering of individuals by primals is indeed permanent or not. Which one is it? I really don't have an answer. What the 12 would be thinking in this situation. The following morning. And we've unlocked flight here in the fringes. Okay. And like Pippin said, like Conrad said, we should take a small break here. We can let the Eorzean Alliance and the Resistance push forward without us for a little while into the peaks. But when we come back, in the next stream, or the next video if you're watching this later on YouTube, we will be pushing to the east into the peaks once again. We'll be finally able to reach the southern area on our way closer to the capital city of Alamigo. We still have 5 Aether Currents to explore and discover. There's still at least 3 more side quests to unlock Aether Currents in that region as well. But we'll cover those bases when we get there. As I say, I'll take a break here and now. I'll probably be back, for those here on Twitch of course, I'll be back in maybe 40 minutes, maybe an hour. And then we will head into the peaks once again and continue pushing further into Alamigo itself. Until then though, I hope you enjoy the rest of your days, and I'll see you for even more next time. Till then, bye bye now.